What's up, guys? So just got in the first part of my modifications, first round at least, of my Durango 2015 RT. So this one here, obviously you see the name, Eibach. Just got this in today. This will be just a quick unboxing video showing you, what this is. Sorry, the hands are dirty. I am a mechanic by trade, work sales front, but stuff comes in that not a lot of guys can do. Guess who has to do it? The guy that knows what he's doing. Anyways, so Eibach kit came in today. Just do a quick unboxing video for you. Wheels will be here tomorrow. Tires are already in. Exhaust is next week, and the taillight tent kit is next week. I'll be doing a video on the install on this, and then I'll be doing a video on the wheels before, after, and then I'll throw out the specs and all that stuff whenever it comes in. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Now this right here is how it will come in this box. This is for the 2011 to 2019 or 2018 Dodge Durangos, RT, GT, SXT, SRT, whichever ones, they're all the same. And as well as the WK2 Jeep Grand Cherokees. Again, doesn't matter what model you have, they all have the same suspension, unless you have some weird one that has some kind of air suspension that I haven't ever seen before. But 80% of them out there more than likely will have this suspension up underneath them, which is coil spring in the back with a shock and a strut up front with the upper and lower control arm. So let's go ahead and pull this off. Got to try to do this one-handed. I can say that this had to come from California, so shipping probably wasn't the easiest on this box. All right, there we go. You're seeing this in real time as quickly as I am. So right here we have Eibach Springs. Now this here, I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that this is the model numbers of them. I know that some aftermarket companies print their spring rates on their stuff, so that if you want to do any kind of custom modifications, you have to kind of have a basis. But I'm pretty sure that's the part number there. Again, Eibach, top of the line. Go ahead and pull this spring up. So this here is going to be your rear shock. As you can see, now I don't know if you know or not, but your stock ones are not progressive. They basically look like these, where it's just a single coil up the top to bottom. Progressive spring rate kind of helps you out a little bit. So as you can see here at the bottom, you have very slight coils, very, very tight, and then at the bottom it kind of widens out. Now what that'll do is give you nice slow reaction time here, so it'll take up some cushion, make it nice and soft. But if you ever get into a hard corner where that spring starts to compress and this starts to compress and it gets to here where this first coil is, this takes over, and what this does is starts to stiffen that suspension up past here. So basically you've got, what is that, maybe a 60-40 split of soft to medium to hard suspension there. What this will help you do is take corners quicker, less body roll, especially less squat. Now, a lot of guys, especially the Dodge Durango RT owners out there, that's the biggie. RT owners will know that when you stomp it in a stock exhaust or stock trim level RT, that thing squats. You could feel a lot of front to back movement. The back likes to squat down on these. So going from the stock spring to this one here, which is, like I said, a progressive rate spring, is going to help to eliminate that and put the power to the ground, because the less that weight transfers to the back, the less energy it takes to move that vehicle forward. This here is going to help you out. So this is going to make it a little bit more sportier. It's going to make it definitely respond better to the power that you're trying to put through the vehicle. In that case. So that is the rears there. Now the fronts are just a normal coil set. So when I take these out, when I do the install, I'm going to show you guys the normal coil set. All these is just smaller. That's it. They're shorter in length from top to bottom here. So that's all that is. Oh, sorry, I had it wrong. Bottom, top. So that's that. It does come with new bump stops for the strut. These look like they're just regular old neoprene styrofoam style foam style bump stops. Nothing special. What is different about these is they are shorter. Now, when I take the old bump stops out, like I said, I will show you the differences between everything as far as your fronts, your rears, and your bump stops go, and then everything that should go with it, obviously according to your model. But the bump stops here, basically, like I said, just shorten everything up so that whenever you do compress the suspension, that longer bump stop, which is probably going to be about there as far as length, so it's going to give you about an extra inch of clearance. So because if this bump stop hits, trust me, you're going to feel it on the vehicle. It's going to be a hard, rigid no from the vehicle. So we'll install these when we put them on the new struts. This here is just the paperwork. I'm looking here. So basically on this one, we just get a whole bunch of nice pretty stickers, which I'm probably going to stick on my toolbox. And my toolbox is loaded down with junk right now, but this is from when I was a mechanic. This is pretty much all the stuff that I've loaded up on. One day my end goal is to load this thing up with so many stickers you can't even see the white anymore. So that's where these will probably go. But for all you newbies out there and younger people, your phone has a Q code. So it'll your phone has Q code reader automatic with your camera. So you'll just hold that up and it'll pop you right into the web page that you need to go to get the instructions on how to to do these springs in your vehicle. Luckily for me, I've done plenty of springs on Dodges, Chevys, Fords, you name it, I've done it. I've been in the profession for a long time, lowering and lifting vehicles, so I pretty much know everything there is to know about these cars, vehicles out there. As far as suspension goes, that's pretty much my forte. So, and then on the back here, you just have a breakdown of your warranties, California propositions, yada yada yadas. Pretty much junk to the normal person because they don't care about a warranty. There's a reason why they're modifying their vehicle, and if you install it correctly, you won't need that warranty. These things will last you a long time. Eibach is one of the best brands on the market, and it's worth every single penny you pay for it, because your vehicle will ride as good, if not better than stock, just by installing these springs. All right, now another thing that I want to let you guys know is with these springs here. Again, I stated this in my last video when I told you guys what I would be doing to the, what the plans were for the vehicle, introducing you to my new project. But with these vehicles here, your front shocks, your front springs, so not so much as your rears. Your front springs are fine, but on the RTs, they come standard with Nivamat shocks. I believe 14 and up, maybe. Don't quote me on that. You just have to do your research on it. But I do know that mine has it. It is a 15, and from the what you call it? Sorry, brain fart. Anyways, from the research that I've done, Nivamat shocks pretty much come standard on all RTs because of the extra weight transfer from the engine, and also for towing purposes, because a lot of the stock RTs do come stock with a tow package in them. Mine has a recessed reese hitch right behind the bumper. When I put my RIP supercharger on it, I'm going to have to do some modifications and stuff like that, but it comes stock with the Nivamat load leveling shocks. Now, when you put these springs in and you go to put it on the ground, you're going to notice that you didn't get as much drop as you wanted to get. You might get a ½ inch tops, and you're going to be like, what the hell? Did I just waste my money? No, you didn't. Those Nivamat load leveling shocks, what they do is they stiffen up as you put more load on the vehicle. So, as for you putting a shorter spring in that has a different progression rate than the one that was designed to go in there from the factory, that load leveling shock is going to stiffen up, and it's going to start doing its job and stiffening the suspension to help that spring out so that you can tow, because that's what your vehicle thinks it's doing, is towing. So first thing you want to do before you put this back together is change that Nivamat shock out to a SXT or a GT shock, which is just a normal shock, just like any other one out there on the face of the planet. Chevy, whatever it is, if it's a shock, it's normal. That's what it is. It's just designed for your Dodge Durango. So pick those up. My best advice that I could give you is going to be Napa's Reflex Shock. I sell those on a daily basis. So I prefer those over most. If you can get a hold of Bilsteins, that's what you want to go with. But Bilsteins are not very common out there. You can get the yellow ones on Car ID, but I don't trust the yellow ones. The 5100 series, which is the billet body, those are the ones that I usually go for because they are gas charged. But then again, if you put too hard of a shock behind this spring, it will decide that it wants to try to lift the vehicle a little bit. It will not compress to its full maximum drop. So go with a nice shock that's got a good compression and a good rebound, a stock application, or one that barely exceeds the OE application with a lifetime warranty on it. That's going to be your best friend for the future. So keep that in mind when you buy these springs. You will need rear shocks if you have an RT. Not a huge deal, but it will definitely help. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut right quick, and I'm going to show you what you're going to gain with the kit. Okay, so here is the Dodge Durango. Hold on, there's a raccoon in my yard. Look at the raccoon. Nope, not a raccoon, just a cat. Let's leave it alone. Anyways, back to the thing. All right, so here we are at the Dodge Durango. This is your rear wheel well, which normally this is probably right about what you're going to see. All right, then we come over here. Sorry for the lighting, guys. But that is your front wheel well. So basically, this is a 265 50/20. So basically, right now I can almost fit my fist in there. So basically, what's going to happen is the top of this fender is probably going to be right around the top of this wheel, maybe a little bit higher. So it's going to close that wheel gap up nice and good. On the back here, if you do not change out your load leveling shocks, you can only expect to see it maybe drop that much. If you change out your load leveling shocks and you go with a taller wheel and tire that's a little bit taller, you can expect it to be right above the tire, still having enough clearance to tuck up in there and not have any rubbing issues. That's what I'm going to be going with because of the wheel and tire setup that I'm going with. Again, you will see that when it comes in, but that's basically where you're going to I'm wanting this thing to be at when it's done. It's right around there, which will give you what, an inch of clearance above your tire. Still plenty of room for that tire to tuck up in there and do its thing without having any issues as to rubbing in the vehicle. So with that being said, I'm gonna give you a quick shot of my baby girl. Again, that's graphite pearl. She don't look that great right now because obviously it's dark outside, but one of these days I'm going to try to get the right glare on it so you can see that purple shine. Everybody likes to see it, and it's a funny conversation to have with people that come up and go, that ain't gray, that's purple. Yeah, well, you know, it's a little bit of everything. But that's her. Shoot me a comment, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want. I'm just here to show you guys pretty much what I'm going to do to this vehicle, give you some how-tos, because there is not a lot of how-tos on the interwebs about Dodge Durangos and what you can do to them. And if there is, it's probably just going to be, you know, what they've already done, not how to do it or how to get there. But this is my girl. Like I said, you guys just shoot a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. If y'all got any questions, I'm here to answer them. But that's that. Anyways, this is Big Hoss signing off. Thank you.